Hey, what's going on? My name is Leonardo Cabral, and right now you're watching Money Taught. So, I wanted to make a simple little video today explaining coffee. As simple as it may seem, coffee can truly deplete your pocketbook, whether you know it or not, and I want to show you exactly how it does it. Alrighty guys, so topic of discussion is value of money. So the value of money is directly proportional to purchasing power. Also stated right here, I know it says proportionate, I meant to put proportional, but you understand. So we're looking at coffee in order to basically look at how the value of money is directly proportional to the purchasing power. So with Starbucks coffee, I used to basically buy one 12 fluid ounce caramel frappe every day before I would do anything, and that would cost me $4.45 per serving, which is stated right here and here. So let's say that I carried this out each and every day for the entire year. This would come out to $1,624.25 before tax for the entire year that I would have consumed this, caramel frappe grande, if you will. So here in Texas, we have an 8.25% sales tax. So if we equate that from this to this, then it would come out to $1,758.25 for the year with taxes included. And that would then come out to $4.81 per serving with tax included for one of these Starbucks coffees, grandes. Now, if we come over here, I'm looking at Folgers. So Folgers is one of the bigger containers that I was able to find that was the best economical choice. And each one of these costs about $11.97. And that gives you 380 servings if you're looking at 6 fluid ounces that you're drinking. Now, because we are drinking this amount, then I would have to be calculating 380 divided by 2, which would give me 190 servings out of this container. Over here, Torani caramel syrup, I would have to buy one of these, which would give me 12 servings, and each one of these containers would cost me $4.98 per container. And over here, we got the ready whipped cream, because I love whipped cream on my coffee as well. That would cost me $4.48, and that would give me 74 servings per container. So these numbers at the top for Folgers, if I was going to buy one of these and basically drink it every day, then I would have to buy 2 of these in order to accommodate my need for Starbucks. So basically 190. That would basically cover me for the 365 days in a year. So I basically buy 2 of these a year, along with Torani caramel syrup, because it gives me 12. 365 divided by 12 would give me 30. So that means that I would have to buy 30 of these containers a year in order to accommodate for my coffee needs, along with the ready whip. So this gives me 74 servings, and so 365 divided by 74 equals 5, or just about 5. So that would give me the choice to buy 5 of these every year so that I could make my coffee exactly the way I like it. Now for the initial investment, that would cost me $21.43. So let's just say that I went 12 days, basically ran out of this caramel syrup. That would make me basically be, spending $1.78 per serving off of this equation right here. Now, of course, off the 1-year consumption, we're looking at $195.74 for 365 servings, only because even though we're using this up quite a bit faster than anything else, we still have a lot of these to use up. So that would mean that buying this is basically just extra, and I'm still going to be using a lot of this, so I would have only been using this amount to basically, do away with my coffee needs. And I do love coffee. So my one-year consumption would be $195.74. Sales tax included would bump it up to $211.88 for 365 servings. And if I basically do the calculation on that, basically divide this by this, then I would be getting 58 cents per serving with tax included on all of this. Now, we will be jumping into my computer so that I can show you exactly how all this looks visually. All right, so right now I am on my computer, and I will show you the graph along with the chart of how all this looks visually, right? So basically, this is going by 12-day intervals, only because this is going by caramel syrup, so I have to accommodate this. So because the caramel syrup only has 12 servings, it will only be able to last me 12 days. So I'll be buying one every 12 days. So copy 365 equals the amount of days in a year. 12 divided by 53.40 equals $4.45. So that's basically explaining that I would be buying one Starbucks coffee every single day. So these right here are the days. Homemade coffee, this is how much I would have spent on my initial investment with coffee grounds, caramel syrup, and whipped cream. So on my 12th day, I would have bought one caramel syrup bottle once again. So we basically look at that, and on the 72nd day, 72nd day, I would have bought another caramel syrup along with another whipped cream. Only because I would have already ran out of that one, since the whipped cream only has 72 servings. So basically going down, if we evaluate this, then we can see that if I were to have bought a Starbucks coffee every single day for 72 days, I would have spent $320.40 before tax. That's amazing. That's amazing to see that that's that high already after 72 days, which makes sense. But the amount you could save by instead doing homemade coffee, you would have only spent $50.81 before tax, of course, and you would still have plenty of material to still make your coffee at home. So going down a little bit more, we invest another $4.48 before tax on a whipped cream, and another $4.98 on a caramel syrup before tax, of course. And then we look at the result. So Starbucks, it would have been 144 days elapsed, and I would have spent $640.80 just on 144 days. Now, when comparing that to homemade coffee, we can see that I would have only spent $85.17 before tax. When compared to 640, that is a huge difference already, and I would have still had my caffeine quench, if you will. So we come over here on the 188th day. So because these coffee grounds, so the coffee ground itself, the Folgers, gives you 190 servings if you're looking at 12 fluid ounces. I would have bought one right before, or 10 days before the 190th day, so that I could still have enough to continue. And yeah, so if we look at that, 180 days, I would have spent $801 before tax on Starbucks. But instead on homemade coffee, I would have only spent $112.08 before tax. That is incredible still. So again, whipped cream, on the 216th day, I would have bought 1, 2, 3. So basically this would be my fourth bottle, because we initially started off with 1. So basically 2, 3, and 4. 216th day, I would have probably spent I would have spent $961.20 before tax on Starbucks Grande Caramel Frappuccinos. But instead, because I went with homemade, I would have spent $131.50 before tax, and that is still a huge difference, and we're only getting bigger in our gap. So we come down here, on my 288th day, I would have bought yet one other whipped cream, so that would be my last whipped cream. And if we look at that, we're looking at $1,281.60 before tax on just Starbucks coffees if I would have stuck with that plan. But instead, I stuck with my homemade coffee, so I would have spent $165.86 before tax, and compared to this, I would have, basically rounding, I would have already saved $1,100, and that is stupendous. So basically coming down all the way, this number doesn't change because it would have only elapsed 5 days, and I wouldn't have had to buy any more caramel syrup, any more coffee grounds, and any more whipped cream, because I would have already still had it. So I would still be at $195.74 before tax spent on this. And if I would have stuck with Starbucks, I would have spent $1,624.25 before tax. Again, guys, I do want to exaggerate the fact that this is all before tax. If you want, you can rewind the video and see what those basically what the estimates are for tax being equated into the problem, and you'll see that it's like right here for the homemade coffee, it's $211.88 for the 365 days, and for the Starbucks coffees, it is $1,758.25. But you can still rewind and view it for yourself, because that's incredible. Now, if we go down here and we look at the homemade coffee and Starbucks comparison on the graph, we can see that because we're consistently buying Starbucks coffee day by day, it is, just a constant, line graph. But over here, since we're buying everything in intervals, because we run out of ingredients at different times because of the serving sizes, we're gradually growing. We're basically still spending a little bit, but it's considerably less when compared to the Starbucks coffee. So that's basically just a visual representation as to why it's best to reconsider buying coffee from these name brands. Alright guys, I didn't realize that my dad just got here. Right now I'm going to be showing you a clip of his personalized experience and what he does to basically satisfy his coffee needs. Here it is right now.
Hi, this is Jose Cabral. I'm Leonardo Cabral's father, and he was telling me he was making a video about coffee. I let him know that this is the coffee that I use. I buy like 10 or 12 bottles a month because it's cheaper and it's a good coffee. What I do is I drink 3 cups of coffee a day, 2 scoops in each cup of warm water. I don't use any milk or cream or sugar or anything like that. But I personally like this one, and it's the cheapest on the market. But when I buy it for long term, not just for 1 coffee a day. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe and like this video.